Now let's talk about God's role in all this. We need to put God first in our lives. God must be preeminent. You remember, our Father who art in heaven, we now know who He is, and He created us, in His image. We don't create Him in our image, or some that would like to do that today. But God's role has to be, He is creator. As we would say in the country where I come from, He calls the tune and we dance the jig. That's just the way it works. We need to listen to God, put Him first. My understanding and your understanding lacks a lot, but God's doesn't. If God leads us, then that is what is right for us. If God says it in His Word, we need to follow that. God is central to all this. The first basic principle of our denomination, the North American Lutheran Church, is we are Christ-centered. Everything revolves around Christ. It doesn't revolve around the pastor. It doesn't revolve around counsel. It doesn't revolve around music. It revolves around Christ. All of those things are wonderful and they're great. But if they are not pushing Christ and centering everything on Christ, then it's a waste of time. God is at the center. He is the one that we need to listen to. He has already shown us what it takes. There have been multiple generations. Our parents, great-grandparents, grandparents, all these folks before, they understood the importance of God. They understood that He was important. It's not just attending church. That's very important and that's vital. We're going to talk about the church's role eventually. But God needs to be the center of your family. He needs to be the center of your life, your family life. Everybody has a role, but God must be the head. We need to start putting Him first instead of ourselves. We must what? Deny ourselves, take up our cross, and follow Him. That's what it means to be a disciple. Everybody wants their place. Everybody wants to have their say. No, God has the say, and we're to listen to Him. He's got to be the center of it. It begins with Him in our homes, in our lives, in our communities, in our churches, in everything, even in our different organizations throughout our towns. God, it needs to be centered. Our Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, the schools, the team, everything. I know there are limitations of the way these things can be done, but God is there, and He is in the center of all that. If we put Him there, all these other things will be better also. Pray today God would bless and keep you this day and always.